Good day, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Well, a couple videos ago, I unboxed a care package from our friend Gregory Short, and in that box was this magic wand portable scanner. And I thought it would be fun to unbox this and let's figure out if it works and see if it's usable for scanning things like typewritten sheets of paper. This might be a really cool way to especially scan long sheets of paper, like from a scroll of paper, maybe from a thermal typewriter, perhaps? Let's check it out. Stay tuned. Well, okay, so there it is. Viewpoint Solutions Magic Wand Portable Scanner. 2 AA batteries and a micro SD card. I have 2 AA batteries, and I have a micro SD card that I borrowed from my GoPro. Right there. Alpha Touch Knife. Let's see if that'll work. This is like new old stock. Gregory got it from somewhere and it's never been opened. He's obviously never used it. So, alright. Discard the box. So there is a white balance calibration. Oh, that's pretty interesting. A white balance calibration sheet for calibrating the white balance. How cool is that? Okay, well, so it looks like we have a little envelope. Let's check out what's in it first. Let's see, there is a little sleeve, a bag, instructions, quick start guide, and the actual main manual. And then there is a screenshot reader. Okay, so here is the unit itself. And then we have a cable, USB cable, and some Energizer batteries. Okay, so to open the battery compartment, the instructions say just to slide the compartment down, but you actually have to push it right behind the scan button, like that. Let's put some batteries in it. Okay, the micro SD card goes like that. All right. Okay, now to format the card, press this in, and then we press the scan button to format. Okay, it's supposedly formatting. So now there is a way to set the clock. One is the year. So we want, and then 2 is the month, 3 is the date, 4 is the hour, and 5 is the minute, which is 07, 08 by the time this goes. Okay, press the time button again to complete the time and date setting. Okay, time button. I guess we're out of that mode. Okay. So there we are. Time has been set. We formatted the memory card. The DPI button is high resolution right there. The scan mode, color or mono. So we're going to do color. Okay, now we're going to do the white balance calibration before we actually do a test scan. So this sheet here tells us how. Okay, now let's press hold. Okay. Wait until the red light goes off. Start scanning the paper by sliding the magic wand across the paper until the green light turns off. Okay, the green light is turned off, so the wand is calibrated for this kind of light. So a test subject would be, I have this little folder, and in it I have a bunch of thermal typings that I did a few years ago when I was testing a number of different thermal typewriters. And some of these pages go quite a bit longer than a standard letter size sheet of paper. Okay. There are 2 lines, one here and one here, so we have to keep the paper between those 2 lines. It has an auto power off, so turn it back on. High resolution, color mode. I'm looking at the upper margin line on this thing and just making sure that it stays more even. And I'm also trying to use a consistent speed, hopefully. Okay, and it says we have one scan. Okay, so this is the scan, and I have it zoomed all the way out pretty far. Let's see if I can go even further. This was the high-res mode, and this is a 27-inch computer monitor, so it actually looks pretty decent, you know. Very readable. Now I'm noticing there's a slight kind of a curvature to the line, the scan line. Let's see here. If you notice, it just looks a little curved still, so maybe I'm not quite doing it perfectly straight, but it definitely gives you a long scan of a scroll, a typewritten scroll, like a thermal typewriter, which is pretty cool. And I also like the fact that I can get the texture of the paper, even the little marks and scratches and stuff like that, you know, the wrinkles. It looks like a piece of paper, which is cool. Now, where I really see this scanner wand being very useful is going to be portable scanning, because it is a portable scanner. It's not like a flatbed scanner that has to be plugged into AC power, is really big. This is battery powered. It's a wand. You can take it with you. So that begs the question, we really like to be able to take our like thermal typewriter, which are very portable, go out somewhere and write maybe a long scroll like this, and then it would be nice to scan it and upload it to social media or wherever we like to share these pieces. So you take like a smartphone like this old iPhone 6S, you have the Apple card reader dongle, and this one actually has a micro SD slot as well as a standard size, so I don't even need the adapter for the micro SD card. So let's pop this memory card out, put it in the adapter, and put it in the phone and see how we can use it to share our typings immediately with social media out on the road. Okay, well, first of all, the unit is off, so I can pop out the micro SD card like that. Then I will pop the micro SD card into the dongle, and now plug the dongle into the lightning connector on my phone. And we will go to the Files app, browse, and it's going to show us Volume 1, DCIM, Media. And we'll take this second scan. There it is. And we will hit this little button here, and we'll share it to save the image. All right. So now hit done. And now we should be able to go to our camera roll. And there is our document in our camera roll right there. And now we can process it and share it however we want. We're going to take this photo and we're going to hit the edit feature in the iPhone. And the first thing is I'm going to hit the crop button, and I'm going to crop the borders in a wee bit so that it takes up less room in terms of memory. Okay, and now we're going to hit the dial button on the lower left. And what I'd like to do is to increase the contrast. I'm going to slide over here to this contrast button, and I'm going to try to increase the contrast. There it is, contrast. Now I'm going to go back, I'm going to do brilliance. So it gets nice and rich and dark. And then I'm going to go to the exposure and bump the exposure up just a wee bit. And now, when I look at this, I should be able to go the entire length of it and scan it down through the document. It looks like all the letters are easy to read. Maybe I'll take a little bit less exposure. A little bit darker, okay. Okay, we'll hit done on the lower right corner. And now the changes have been saved to this file, so now I can share them to my social media, to my blog, or wherever. Send it to one type page, blog. Pretty cool. A very long scroll scan. Isn't that neat? Well, I initially had the same kind of trepidation about this scanner that Gregory expressed in his microcassette tape to me when he sent the care package to me. He wasn't really sure how good of a scanner this was, what kind of quality it was, but I'm actually impressed with the portability to small size and the big files that you can get on a long scroll of paper like that. Well, there is another way to scan or photograph one of these long scrolls of paper in a mobile environment, and that is if you have an iPhone, on your camera setting, there is a feature called Pano or panorama mode. And the idea of panorama mode is you hold the phone in the portrait orientation, and then you sort of just turn it like that, keeping it level so you don't tilt it. And the intention was to create a panoramic scene, right, of a landscape image. But if you actually move it steadily across your paper, you can scan a scroll. And I've done a number of experiments using the panorama mode on the phone, on the iPhone. And it's actually rather difficult to get the scan to be straight and even, because any little variation in angle of the phone makes the image kind of go wiggly. And also you have to be really consistent with the speed of it and everything. So you'd almost have to make like a slider fixture, like a rolling thing on a bar. And that means it's not going to be portable, obviously. This one actually is pretty portable because with the rollers, it rolls smoothly across a smooth tabletop. You just really have to make sure you're steering it so you stay even with the edge of the paper so it doesn't get wiggly. But it actually works better than the panoramic mode on the iPhone. And that says a lot, I think. And it doesn't take up too much more room. Just a small little thing you could stick in probably your thermal typewriter bag. With the typewriter itself, this thing would travel quite well. Well, I'm actually pleasantly surprised here. This is going to be a practical solution for mobile, on-the-go thermal typewriting, or any kind of typewriting where you want to scan that page quickly and get it uploaded. Although, to be honest with you, any normal size sheet of paper, letter size sheet of paper, your regular camera on your phone does a good enough job. Most modern phones are high enough resolution. Where this scanner really comes into play, though, is for the extra long sheets of paper, where if you tried to photograph this with a phone, by the time you crop the sides in, blow it up to read it, you're not going to have the resolution to read the letters very well. So that's where the scanner comes into play. So using this scanner wand along with a card reader and your phone makes a nice mobile solution for documenting your long typecasts and putting them online. But I'm going to be doing a video soon about just using your phone alone for photographing regular letter size typings and how to process the images, mainly oriented toward the iPhone platform. But we'll talk about how to use the phone to get good quality images of your typewritten pages so you can share them to your blogs or wherever, and they're nice and readable. So look forward to that video in the future. And also, what really helps this channel is if you would click the like button down below, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe. And I appreciate all the support you give this channel. Thank you very much. Well, Gregory, I want to thank you for sending this to me. Gregory Short runs the Type Club Live and TypePal's website. Be sure to check that out. He's one of the essential people in the typosphere community. And again, if you're a thermal typewriter aficionado, you might want to consider one of these handheld scanner wands. I'm Joe Van Cleve. I encourage you, stay creative, keep writing, whether it's at home or out in the field somewhere. Keep writing, keep creating, and have yourselves a great day. Bye-bye for now.